Delighted to say we're joined by Which consumer expert Harry Kind, who's joining us to give some warnings about scams and advice on how you can keep your money safe. Now, if you've got experience of this at home, please do call in and share your story. The number is 0207 862 2222. We're going to be discussing what is being described as sort of high-tech scams, Harry. What constitutes a high-tech scam?
I think it's scammers are constantly using high tech. You know, they've always been at the forefront of technology, and at the moment that means AI. So that is using really clever machine learning to beat us, convince us of all sorts of different things. And I would say that 60% of people worried about being scammed online, it should be 100%. We should all be worried, all on the lookout.
I mean, I'm very interested to hear about high tech because I fell victim to a low tech one. So this is genuinely quite concerning. A guy just rang up. He said, like, "Oh, it's a call about you struggling with your broadband." Isn't everybody? But I was like, "Well, yeah, I am actually."
Oh,
got right
Jeff.
to the point where, like, he was literally in my computer, but then I reverse scammed him.
Ooh.
And I kept him on the phone while I was deleting stuff, so the hunter became the hunted.
Oh, Jeff.
I know, but it was very. So I'm really looking forward to the advice, to be honest.
Hannah, how worried about
Well, I think
scam?
that's quite high tech. My low tech ones were the emails that you get online, like saying that they can see all your history and all that.
Yeah.
But I am so petrified of it that I even like shout at the actual Royal Mail who try and deliver the parcel. I'm like, you go away. They're like, we just want to deliver your parcel. That's all we want. And I'm like, no, you get out.
Show me ID.
I can't. Yeah. And then one day they were like,
taking
yeah,
a step too far there. Just a step.
I'm too paranoid.
We've got a clip here of a voice imitating AI in action. Let's have a quick look.
Is taking over every aspect of our lives. There's a few sinister aspects to it too. In fact, this is not really me talking. It's a so-called deep fake, where a voice is imitated using specialist AI software that perfects the voice in an extremely convincing way.
Well, that's scary.
Yeah.
Even I have to say, yeah, that sounds like me. I mean, I know my voice, and that's what I sound like. So how did you do this?
So I took one of your videos on YouTube that I found. It was a very clear audio quality. I just took like about 4-minute sample, fed it to this AI cloning website.
Yeah.
And then you can type whatever you'd like it to say, adjust a few settings, and you have your desired voice.
So wait, anything you type in here, my voice will say?
Correct.
Okay, that's scary. I'll tell you, when we filmed this, the company, Axe, who'd done it, hadn't played it to me. So I said, no, play it to me when we're filming. And I was actually quite shocked by that.
You saw my face.
Your face, yeah.
It was the way that it said extremely, because up to that point I was going, that's a little bit clipped, and then it went extremely. It was the air italics on extremely. I was like, oh, that's good.
We should use them for our stand-up gig, shouldn't we?
We could.
I'd love that.
Well, yeah, and look,
So maybe not all bad.
all you need for that is just a little bit of audio of someone's voice. So imagine if someone took that and took, I don't know, Jeff, you talk a lot on Medium, 2 minutes of your time, and then created a little voice message and sent it to your co-workers or to your family saying, oh, hi, it's Jeff. I've just got caught short. Can you send us 50 quid on this number? You know, I mean, it's going to be...
just go standard Tuesday.
A standard Tuesday for people.
But I think my family would be like, that's a bit weird. Like, well, because you know what I mean? Like, do you know, also bank accounts. Everyone has each other's bank account details.
Oh, gosh, I'm not quite sure how secure that is. Harry...
No, but like to transfer the money, do you know what I mean?
Well, all of this technology, even if you go, it doesn't sound quite right, give it a year. And it will be dead on, and it will be done instantly.
So you've been investigating a different part of AI as well.
That's right.
Tell us about what you've been doing.
So Nick Stapleton over at Scam Interceptors sent me a scam phone number that I could call. This was a scammer who was ringing up people offering a home insulation service. And I think we've got a little clip that we can listen to and see if you can notice what's going on.
OK, let's have a listen. This is Harry talking to a scammer, basically.
Hello?
Hi, my name's Jo and I'm one of the energy advisors covering your area. We're contacting homeowners there, making sure that they... You're the homeowner there, are you?
Yeah.
It's about your insulation material in the attic. Some of it has now been classed irritant by the British Lung Foundation. So everybody's entitled to have a loft inspection, so check it out and make sure it's not causing any problems. It's a completely free service. So would you like to take advantage of the free inspection to make sure your insulation is safe and working well?
So what's going on there?
What's impressive is that that is a pre-recorded voice. And now that technology has been around for ages, the ability to just record, a robocall.
Yeah.
What's clever about that is I could have a full conversation. And so she was asking me, what's your name? What's your address? What's your phone number? And was responding in a very human way. And that is AI automating a conversation, much like you would with a chat bot. If you played with ChatGPT, it does the same. But what that allows a scammer to do is, instead of making that phone call themselves, they let the robot do it. They can talk to thousands of people an hour, and even if one of them then falls for it, a real person will ring up and follow through with some like a more in-depth scam to get their money.
It's terrifying in a way, because what they've done there is so smart. They've used a very regular-sounding woman's voice there. It could be Sue from the shop.
A woman.
Hello, love. How you doing? And then immediately, I don't know why, but you're expecting scammers to not sound like that. I mean, it is terrifying. It went the other way actually. I had a phone call where this guy just sounded quite robotic, and I said to him, "Are you a bot?" And he was really offended. So he can genuinely, because everything he said was so regimented. But I suppose that in a way, that's what we need, is to have our spider senses going off. The real fear, listening to what you're saying, is of course older relatives. We've grown up knowing about AI, the grammar of how these things sometimes fall in that uncanny valley. Those alarm bells aren't going off as much, I suppose, the less experience you have.
And you're dealing with a generation that is, in general, more trusting of other people as well. Let's hear from Dawn, who's got in touch in Middlesbrough. Dawn, welcome to the show. What would you like to say?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, of course we can. Go ahead. Are you real, Dawn? You're not AI.
I am real. I'm real. Yes, I fell a victim of fraud last week, and I'm disgusted with myself because I used to work for a bank.
Well, don't be. Anybody can fall for a scam, Dawn. You know that. But what happened to you?
I know. I got a phone call to say I was due an upgrade on my iPhone, and I said, OK, it was wonderful, iPhone 15. And I did receive one. It was the wrong colour, but I received one and a watch. And I thought, oh, this is amazing. Anyway, then I got a phone call from this lovely guy who said, I'm so sorry, I'm going to lose my job if you don't send it back.
And what happened?
I sent it back.
OK.
And I've lost my SIM, my bank details, everything has had to be cancelled.
Because they just had everything from the initial phone call?
Yeah.
Wow.
Forgive me, I gave them my debit card number, expiry date, last 3 digits, sort code and account number.
Harry, this is. I mean, I've come across this scam a few times before, and there's 2 things going on here. One is Dawn's personal information gets taken on that initial phone call.
Yeah.
The phone that arrived along with the watch could possibly, we don't know in Dawn's case, have been purchased with stolen credit cards.
Yes.
And that's how thieves, when they use your credit card online to buy something, they'll send it to another address and then then they get that person to send it back to them, so then there's no tracing of those goods. Does that sound familiar?
So yeah, these are often called triangle scams. So essentially the scammer will steal someone's credit card information, they'll buy a product, they might sell it to you or sell it second hand on a really good deal. It arrives with you, you've paid money, but that phone was paid for by someone else's credit card. So you've got to be careful. Look those gift horses in the mouth. If it's too good to be true, a free watch, you've got to be on your lookout there.
Yeah. Well, look, if you're interested to learn more about these types of scams, then you can catch my show tonight. It's called Identity Theft. Don't get caught out. It's on Channel 5 at 8 p.m. this evening. Plenty more of those AI scams in that.
I'm going to send that everyone send that link to your whole family WhatsApp. It's so important. The amount of money, I've had people in my family, older relatives, that have been like sort of cleaned out very quickly. So I'll be tuning in, man, because I want all the tips.
OK, well, all the tips are there. I can promise you that. Now, before we finish, Harry, you have got a moment to tell us about an offer that's very important. That's for people who might be able to get £150 towards their electricity bills, but there's a deadline.
Yeah, so I mean, this might sound like a scam too good to be true, but this is £150 of free money, potentially. The warm home discount, for most people who are eligible, it will be an automatic process. It's money that's been taken off your bill. But if you've fallen through the cracks and you could be eligible, then you have until tomorrow to apply for it.
Okay.
So
what do you need to do?
So if you are someone who's on guaranteed pension credit, if you're on a low income with a high energy house, particularly in Scotland, and you haven't received this, then either head to gov.uk to find out more, or talk to your energy supplier, because they should be getting this money applied to your account. You've got until the end of the day tomorrow.
At the end of the day tomorrow. So this is something that could have already happened. Check if it has already.
Yeah.
Check if it has already. But if you think you're eligible, then you've got until end of play tomorrow.
That feels like another one for the family WhatsApp. It's going to be busy.
We should start a little WhatsApp.
It's going to be pinging away all day long.
Start a little family WhatsApp away. But I tell you what, on tonight's episode, we have a woman who tells us she received a phone call from what she thought was her daughter. This happened in the US. And it was a sort of a kidnap ransom note. Wow. And these people had cloned her daughter's voice. So for her own mother to be thinking that she's speaking to her daughter on the phone, these people are getting very, very smart, very, very clever. But the good news is, though, is that, again, as Harry said, if it's out of the blue, if it sounds too good to be true, if it's kind of shocking and urging you to do something very quickly, then that's when you actually need to do the reverse and stop and think, make a phone call. In this
case,
have a cup of tea. Yeah, have a cup of tea.
Is, I think, the best anti-scam device that has been created. You stop, you think, you talk to your friends, you have a cup of tea. That 5 minutes could be the time when you go, something's not right here.
But that like hostage thing, if that starts being a regular thing, you're not going to second guess that, are you?
Well, the thing to do with
all right, Mum, I will come and save you, but I am going to have a quick brew first.
If you're really worried about this with your family, it's very simple. Set up a question and answer that only you and your family members would know. A secret password between the lot of you, and the scammer will not know that.
And in this situation, all she did was call her husband, who said, "Oh, I'm sitting right next to her. She's absolutely fine."
Or yes, if in doubt, check it out.
So there you go. Well, look, that is it for today. Thanks for your company. Thanks to Harry and Hannah and Jeff. Jeremy's back at 9:15 tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful afternoon wherever you are. See you all at the same time tomorrow.